Mr. Olympia Championship.
There certainly has never been a competition like this before.
Lou Ferrigno. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
You have to do everything possible to win.
Dreamt about Arnold last night. I said, Louis is waiting for you in the shadows.
I've not been beaten for the last 7 years.
You're gonna be the biggest thing that ever went out on that platform at 275 pounds. They know that, and he knows it.
She's in shape. Fine. I hope he is.
Off the one way, let's go. Or beat him.
Wherever he goes, you pose down with him. Let the judges make a comparison. You look at your arms like you're admiring, and then you go, boom.
When it comes to the day of the contest, I will mix him up. He will be ready to lose.
I called my mother yesterday already and I said I won.
When we get out there, I have only one thought in mind. We're gonna win.
No more.
It's gonna be very hard to beat. Very hard.
Winner of the 1975 Mr. Olympia is...
You'll never get this chance again.
She's gonna fix me up with your sister.
Oh, yeah.
Hello class, I am Warren Bischoff, and today my presentation is going to be about bodybuilding. So in a nutshell, bodybuilding is the use of progressive resistance exercise to control and develop one's overall musculature, muscle development, and overall physique. People that engage in doing these things are known as bodybuilding, or known as bodybuilders. So overall, what does it mean to be a bodybuilder? Like I stated before, you're pretty much overall working on your physique presentation, how you look, and how you can change that is developing more muscle in certain areas, depending on what you're going for overall. So for a bodybuilder, their job is to get bigger in size and overall develop areas that are less conditioned than other areas. So if my arms look small for my shoulders, I got to build up my arms. If my chest looks small for my back, I got to build up my chest. So overall, what does it mean to be a bodybuilder? In another nutshell, that's what it means as far as muscle goes. So nutrition as well. Taking nutrition into account is going to be a big player in this game we call bodybuilding. And I'll get into nutrition a little bit more from here. But overall, your nutrition is going to be difficult. There's nothing easy about it. Very regimented. And it's going to be also your key to success. So if you are 90% into your nutrition, as far as preparing for a bodybuilding show, I wouldn't even do the show if you're only 90% in. You gotta be 110% throughout your whole preparation for a show. And next on the list, we have time that you're putting in. So some people might say, oh, I go to the gym 3 times a week, 30 minutes a day. Okay, so that's good. Something's always better than nothing. But when it comes to the bodybuilding world, that's probably just a warm-up. Bodybuilders, you'll hear them say in the video that I just played, that video is called Pumping Iron, starred Arnold Schwarzenegger, Lou Ferrigno. So anyway, they say in the movie how long that they're there at the gym. They'll say 3 or 4 hours a day. And that's at least 5, 6, 7 days a week, depending on their workout regimen. So your time in the gym is going to be, or working out in general, is going to be very long, longer than what most people probably do in a week. Is going to be their 1 day of working out. So you got to take in consideration a bodybuilder putting in the time. And the biggest tool that you can have and utilize is overall trying to create a strong mindset. with a strong mindset, you can will through everything that comes up one day randomly as being difficult. With a strong mindset, having lack of sleep, lack of motivation, lack of energy, lack of drive, with a strong mindset, you can get through those tough days. And any bodybuilder that you ask now, any bodybuilder that you ask then, you've even said it pretty much in the video, a mindset is your best part to utilize, and you need to have a strong mindset as well. So a bodybuilding contest, that's what bodybuilders do. They go into contests. So long story short, they appear in lineups and perform specific poses in front of a judge committee or a panel of judges, however you want to look at it. And these judges are looking at you next to other bodybuilders in the same class on the same stage, and they're looking at your symmetry compared to their symmetry compared to this person over here, how well you're conditioned, and I'll get into that in a second. Overall, who has the better symmetrical body, and it's opinion based, so there's a lot of politics that can kind of come into it. So it's not, oh, I lifted 100 pounds. Okay, well, I lifted 150 pounds, so I beat you. It's not like that. It's you're getting judged. So that's where a lot of people will get into a little bit of a fuss about who should have won, who should have come in second, or so forth, so on. The conditioning that I mentioned, I'll get into in a second. So, preparing for a show, what does a show consist of? This right here is a big part of it. So your overall eating, if you can see clearly here, it's very regimented. So your food is being weighed, measured, everything. Your eating is going to be timed for a time frame of about 1 to 4 months, depending on where you're at. Depending on how much body fat you need to lose and drop for a bodybuilding show, that'll really determine where you start as far as how far out from your show date to how far out you're going to start dieting, cutting, and being regimented with your food. Just depends on where you're at. So someone that's very lean doesn't need that much time to prepare for a show. Someone that's, let's say, has excess body fat that they need to lose, they're the ones that are going to be starting out about 4 months. When I did my show, I started out about 3 months, give or take a couple weeks. I don't recall exactly to the date, but just to give you an example. Again, working areas that need to catch up with another area, so you want to be symmetrical. That's always going to be a big thing. That's going to be a large focus of a bodybuilder, especially if they've done a few shows. They've already been critiqued and said, okay, this needs to be worked on in comparison to this. Just you want to look symmetrical. You want everything to match. Tanning, when you to do a show, you need to be tanned. You need to be spray tanned. There's a couple different ways to be tanned, but the idea of tanning and being ready for the stage is that when the lights come down and shine on you, to see your muscle when the light comes down, it shows off your muscle more. It shows off your striations even more than as if you went up there without any tanning oil, any product, any whatever you want to call it. There's a few different ways to go about it, but overall tanning, that's the main thing to look at. So you want to be tanned when you go on stage so you can see all your muscle development and really see the striations in your muscles. Your posing routine, posing takes a long time. That's where the conditioning comes in. So to hold poses for a long time is sometimes an outcome in a show, in a lineup of people, which I'll get into in a second. Being able to be in a lineup next to people that are very similar to you, the judges will generally have you stand in a long pose and hold your poses for longer than normal because you might be close in comparison with other people. So what that allows them to do is really see who is better prepared, your conditioning overall, how long can you hold a pose for and not have to rest in between, breaths, or, if you can hold a pose that, so your posing is going to be very important, and how well you're performing the poses as well. So posing on stage is a huge part of the battle as well. Your cardio, that comes down to your cutting as far as this 1 to 4 months that I mentioned. So your cardio is going to be a big factor. It's going to help drop body fat and possibly build certain parts of your legs depending on the kind of cardio that you're doing. And it'll help tighten certain parts of your legs again depending on the cardio that you're doing. So there's all different kinds of cardio, there's all different reasons to do cardio. Primarily though, it's to drop more body fat and have low impact on your body. That's your overall cardio reason, or overall reason behind cardio. And again, a determined mind. A mindset is going to allow you to overcome, oh my gosh, 4 months of dieting. Oh my gosh, I gotta work out this long a day. Oh my gosh, I gotta do the tanning. Oh my God, all of that. That's what a strong mindset will really help you overcome. So this is your overall lineup. This guy right here, his name's Kai Green, my favorite bodybuilder. A lineup is this. So your judges are sitting obviously behind them. So they're doing a back pose right now. So the judges, say the bodybuilders are here, the judges are gonna be here looking up at them. And this is where the tanning oil comes in. If you see everyone's real shiny, but all these bodybuilders right here are all being judged next to one another. Does this person have better leg development? Does their legs match their back? So forth, so on. And that's where the judging comes into play, like I mentioned really early on. So many things can be looked at here, but generally, overall scope, who looks the best? And that's what the judges are looking at. Who can pose the best, who's holding the poses the best, who's the leanest. You know, there's many ideas behind what they're looking at and what they're looking for. But your overall thought can be who looks the best. And then lastly, I'm gonna play a quick clip from today's bodybuilding, and you'll hear more of the same things that I just mentioned as far as the mindset goes and so forth and so on. That will allow you to kind of get a see of how bodybuilding hasn't necessarily changed over the years, from 1975 to, I think this was 2013, I think this video's from, but you'll hear the same words, mindset, you'll hear that you'll see that there's competition, and overall it's the same idea. Who has the better body? Who has the best body? Whose willpower is there? And enjoy.
I think the main motivation for me with bodybuilding is knowing that there's no such thing as the perfect body. But I'm gonna chase it as hard as I can.
Myself as a bodybuilder should be someone constantly striving to be 1% better every day.
I'm covering every angle to be better than them.
I don't care what kind of scientific formula is or whatever it is you come up with. There's no substitute for hard work.
The title of 2011 Mr. Olympia. There's a lot of people out there wondering, can he do it again?
What does it mean to be Mr. Olympia? Do you have to go to bed every night and say, am I fulfilling the task of being the best at what I do?
So Heath has had a lot of gifts.
He thinks that hard work is going to be talent.
Keep your gifts. I work hard. If anything, I'd like to be the guy that smiles, plays nicely, you know, but I'm trying to take your head off just like
We're the meatheads, we're the idiots. We're able to do something that 99.8% of the people on the earth can do, which is lose fat and gain muscle at the same time.
People go, oh, steroids. Man, nobody can do that. Like, it's not easy to do. People don't respect it. Oh, I can do that with steroids. No, you couldn't. No, you couldn't. You couldn't do what I did.
my physique that I bring to Olympia this year. It's not the product of 3 months of hard work. It's the product of over 20 years of hard work. Each man's